Today I'm going to show you how I made these grow beds out of tires and how I mixed down enough soil to fill all 4. Peace and welcome back to the Garden of Feodora. Well, it's that time again. Hey cat, come up off that couch. Now, the time where I begin to fill my raised beds, just like I've done this one and that one, and this one here. Today we're going to mix some soil, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Every year I get out here, and I fill up my containers and these tires here with soil, and every year I do them slightly different. And of course, every year we come out here and we clean. If you've seen the videos before this, then you know this is a beautiful upgrade to how it looked about a week ago. We're still in here straightening things out, but it's not about that. It is about the dirt. So this year, I'm going to take a slightly different approach to how we build our garden soil and how we plant our tomatoes using different things we have around here in the garden and on our land, and also use things that are abundant to us to fill these raised beds. But before we get started, I do want to ask you, if it's possible, to give us a thumbs up. It really does help us out a lot. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to me. And also, if you like the video by the end, hopefully you can subscribe and make the bunnies happy. With no further ado, let's get to making some dirt. Let's start right here, shall we? The first thing I did was put some cardboard down. Then I went and got an old tire. Put the tire down right on top of the cardboard. Inside the tire, I added some lawn clippings. And I'm probably going a little bit more just to fill this tire about halfway up. To that, I'm going to add some manure. Straight from the rabbits. It's been sitting here for a couple of weeks, so it's good and dried out. I'm going to add that to it. Now we have our base. Here's where we begin to mix. Got some topsoil there, regular old topsoil. Just what, you think you're better than me? Standard peat moss here, worm castings there, and a bag of perlite opened upside down. You gotta open it upside down or else it just won't work. And this is how a bag of topsoil looks. Nothing special, but you definitely don't want to plant directly into this. It has no real nutrients, no nothing. It's heavy. Something like carrots, and this would be very stunted. It wouldn't turn out good at all. And this is how the peat moss look. Very light, very airy. Carrots will do fine in something like this, mixed with a little bit of soil. But tomatoes wouldn't do good in this at all. It's just too dry. And this is perlite. It's very delicious. A little bit of milk, salt, sugar. This will go a long way. And your body will thank you for it. Probably to put some kind of disclaimer over that because I don't want nobody dying.
Oh, they won't.
Okay, they're smart. What we're doing right now is about equal parts topsoil, equal parts peat moss. And this is the worm castings or worm droppings, worm poop, or worm whatever you want to call it. We're going to go ahead and add this to the mix.
Yep, that's enough.
Nah, a little more. All right, cool. We had about 4 scoops of that. Perlite going in. And then you can add the fertilizers of your choice. I have something like a 10, 12, 10 here, something like that. It's a bit strong. I'm not going to add that much. This will add some much needed nutrients to all that topsoil we got down there. I'm going to go ahead and mix this in, and I'm going to show you how it looks in a second, okay? And here's how it looks. Like really, really good potting soil. It's fluffy, breaks apart real easy, and there's some nutrients in there. Look at that. Really good. Really good. Here I have more grass clippings. I'll go ahead and get this in there. All right, we put our mix in here, and now we're gonna put it in there. Now, in the past, you may remember me using other amendments like bone meal and blood meal. Well, I'm going to forgo that this year and operate clearly off of grass clippings, the rabbit manure. And we're going to keep track and see how it goes this year. So everything you see growing in this season of the Garden of Feodora is going to be done in soil either like this, similar to this, or straight out the ground itself. But I wanted to spend as less money as possible while utilizing the things that I had right here on the homestead to grow some food for the family. So I'm going to go ahead and stomp this one layer down. And then I'm going to sprinkle a bit more of this fertilizer. And then cover it up. What I have here is some black brandywines. I've had pink brandywines before, but the black variety, or so they're called, never had it. I got 4 tires, 4 brandywines, do my thing. Let's go ahead and take off these lower leaves. Now it's naked. Quick tip, dill your trench the long way and put your tomato down sideways, because all these little hairs here, those are roots. So you want to make as much contact with the soil as this as possible to give it a strong root system. It'll be fine. Then we're going to mulch it. And she's in there, nice and tight, looking good. After we water it in, we can call it done. And this is pretty much how I'm going to do my grow bags, my tires, my cups of coffee, all season here in the Garden of Feodora. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this out. And while I'm doing that, I want to take a moment to say something to you. And peace from the Garden of Feodora. I don't know how to end this one.
And don't forget, please subscribe or hit the like button. It helps us out a lot. And as always, peace from the Garden of Feodora.